Hello, I'm Gary Lyon, and this is the 2015 wash-up for the Richmond Footy Club. Yet again, the Tigers reached September but failed to deliver in the finals. Is this club still just a tease, Damien Barrett?
It's pretty much all it is, Gaz, isn't it? 3 years... Well, it is. 3 years in a row to be bundled out in the first week of finals. I mean, they are facts and they are stats that don't lie. It is a tease.
Yeah, very hard week for the Tigers. There has been some highlights though, and for me, Alex Rance committing and recommitting to this footy club long term. There was a genuine thought, as broken by you, Damien, to be fair, that he was considering his options outside of footy. Thank God that he decided to stay. He was one of their best in the elimination final on the weekend. He was the one that looked like he wanted to continue to take the game on.
Yeah.
He's got run, dare, dash, tidied up his defence, almost unbeatable one-on-one. And thank goodness that he's decided to stay. That's the highlight for me for the Tigers.
I've got mine to a couple of former whipping boys, Gaz, who all stood up throughout the course of the year, including in the final, it must be said too, Gaz. Ty Vickery was good. I mean, the question marks throughout his career. This year he stood right up. That man there, Bashir Houli, I know you want to talk about him in a moment, but I thought he was really, really good. And again, was more than good in the final. And Jack Riewoldt... just throughout the year, just this new role that he's now got down pat. It's the way of the future for him. He stood up in the final and, yeah, well done to those three guys.
Can't argue with any of those. I think they took big step forwards. Low lights, of course, also for the Tigers. And for me, I know you had Bashar in your highlights, but this is a simple fact, Damo. Had he not done this, they may still have another chance in this year's final series.
So this kick cost them a double chance in the finals?
They finished just... If they had another 4 points, they would have been just percentage outside the top four. And a Richmond on the rebound after that performance this week, we would have found out even more about them. Had a good year, made a bad call, maybe harsh to have it as my absolute low light.
No, it's a fair call.
He'd like his time again.
Yep. I'm going with Damien Hardwick, Gaz, who at a press conference early-ish in the season blew up at some questioning from Tony Jones.
We shouldn't be able to make comment about wanting players to come to our footy club. It's a tampering. Other clubs shouldn't be talking about Eddie Betts, Alex Rance, Patrick Dangerfield, Rory Sloane. It's inappropriate as far as I'm concerned. It's something the AFL needs to act on. It shouldn't be done. End of story. You're the media journalist, so you figure it out.
No, how does it impact the club, though?
Next question.
No, how does it impact the club?
Next question.
No,
thanks, Tony.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, mate. Give me a scrap.
Okay to talk about it, Gaz, but don't talk about it if you know what I mean, because they've been up to their eyeballs in trying to get players there next year, and we'll touch on that in a moment. Christmas bonus time for the Tigers, Gaz. Who have you got getting it?
A very nice, sizeable, healthy one for Ivan Maric. This was my favourite vision of the year. This was the ruckman, finished the game of footy.
You're obsessed with this,
I am obsessed. And then he went about tidying up the room, and this speaks to respect for your environment, respect for the people whose job it is generally to do this. And I reckon it goes a long way to describing the change in the culture of that footy club. And I continue to say I would show this to all junior football clubs as a compulsory piece of vision at some stage before the season starts next year. Well done to Ivan.
There you go.
What are you?
Brett Deledio is my Christmas bonus. He wasn't their worst in the final. He wasn't their best either. But throughout the course of the year, particularly the back half of it, Gaz, kicked goals like this at crucial times, got them into the good fifth place finish that they had. Yep. I really liked it. I know I'm going to take a little bit away from the bonus, just given what he did in the final, but at the same time, he wasn't their worst.
I don't think you've quite grasped the concept of the Christmas bonus, to be perfectly honest, Damien, and I don't like being harsh on you, but you just don't understand what it is, the Christmas bonus. You don't give them to your number one employer. I mean, he's already well recompensed. I'll have a talk to you after the show.
Well, you give it to someone that picked up some mess off the floor.
That is the reason for it. Let's go.
Anyway, chopping block.
Chopping block. See whether you've actually got your head around this one. Chopping block for me goes to Todd Elton. Exactly. Been on the list for a number of years. Been a high draft pick in 2011. Only played the 2 games, so Toddy.
Yep, I'm giving it to David Asprey, Gaz. Just couldn't get a look in all year. And I think when that happens to you, you need to, at the end of the year, have a look about whether you're going to stay.
What do they need to improve, this footy club, to get them through? If they are able to get there again in September, I think a small goal kicker, someone of the, if I dare I say, Eddie Betts sort of calibre, and I know they're not easy to find, although Melbourne picked up a Garland who kicked 40 goals for the year. So someone of that ilk, I reckon, might be handy.
Well, I've got a similar one. I'll run off the half-back line, but one of the players they're looking at, Gaz, is Chris Yarran. Could he actually fill the role you have described there?
No, he's not. No, you worry about yours and I'll worry about mine.
Okay, run off the half-back line, and if that's the case, go and get Yaron and play him off half-back for
Okay,
sure.
and speed through the midfield wouldn't go astray either. Righto, let's have a look at our prediction, Damo. How are they going next year? Up, down, stagnate?
Pretty much where they were this year, guys. I mean, stagnate allows us a bit of leeway, doesn't it, between 5th and 9th, I suppose. But I can't see them dropping off.
No, I'm with you, Damo. They should contend again and get the chance to perhaps right the wrongs of the past 3 years. So, big summer coming up for the Tigers. That's it. Thanks, Damo. The wash-up for the Tigers in 2015.
New Gurney Power Grip. Available at Bunnings Warehouse.